We try to showcase companies which are private, public, listed in US, Canada. It's a mix. Next company I would like to invite is Polymath. I've known this company and followed this company from inception. I would like to invite Vincent Kadar, the CEO of the company. Interesting story, and he will talk about the company and the story.
Oh, that's up here. All right. All right. I'm going to step away from the podium, so I need to walk as I talk. Just want to introduce Polymath. We're a 7-year-old company. We were born out of crypto and blockchain, but we have now pivoted to being a pure SaaS and technology platform play. A little bit of background on me. I stepped in to Polymath in October of 2021. Prior to that, I ran a software company in digital payments, mostly deployed in Africa, Middle East, and Southeast Asia. If anybody's ever followed or looked at payments and banking in Africa, I've been to Kenya. M-Pesa is the payment platform in that country, and the company that I built and then sold to Constellation Software in 2017 actually built a competitive platform and was deployed widely throughout Africa, Middle East, Southeast Asia, and in parts of Latin America. So that's enough on me. Let's get into the gist of this. So what is the opportunity? We're a security tokenization, or our domain of expertise has been in tokenization. Tokenization of global illiquid assets are estimated to be worth $16 trillion by 2030. Some of you guys may say, no way it's going to happen, right? Just like everybody said, Uber was not going to be dominating the space of the taxi industry. We've already seen evidence and support actually from this industry by the likes of BlackRock and Larry Fink. They've tokenized the Treasury bill, a Treasury fund actually, that tops $500 million. They have a pipeline of additional funds that they will be tokenizing as well. So this is the beginning of a transition, from the old world of assets into this new world of digital assets. Cryptocurrency and crypto technology actually is what powers this underlying technology in Web3. As I was saying, the background of Polymath is that we started in 2017, in the world of building a platform on top of Ethereum. Let me just jump into that. We launched a product called Token Studio, powered on Ethereum, that allowed you to mint a security token rather easily. We realized the inefficiencies and deficiencies of a public blockchain, and we built our own layer 1 called Polymesh. We launched Polymesh at its own layer 1 blockchain. And then we set out in 2021 to build an end-to-end application and white labeled solution for the securities industry to utilize. And why did we do that? We did that because we did that actually for several different reasons. And some of this slide actually highlights some of the reasons why. Primarily, there's a cost, and everybody in this room knows, actually, in order to take a company public, there's a cost actually to keep it private as well. New technology drives these costs down. It reinvents the marketplace, and it provides opportunities actually for liquidity where liquidity didn't exist before. If I was to look at actually and if anybody follows the TMX group, the TMX group went from T+2 to T+1 recently. They spent $100 million actually on that project just to get to T+1. What's it going to get? How much are they going to spend just to get to T0? If they utilize blockchain would take them to T0 rather quickly and very efficiently as well. I'm not sure exactly what technology they're utilizing just to get to an additional day, but that's a rather large bill to pay in order just to get 1 day of efficiency. So another day of efficiency is going to cost another 100 million, maybe 200 million. Blockchain, tokenization, and utilizing a different framework actually can help drive costs down, which is a savings actually for the capital markets industry and people in this room as well. It puts more money to work and doesn't tie up capital in order to actually just settle settlement scores between opposing parties. So who is Polymath? We're a fintech company, right? We transition from pure blockchain. We provide a white labeled solution for the industry. And think about it this way, actually, and the best way to put that is that Shopify provides a platform for the merchant ecosystem. You bring your products actually to a Shopify platform. You upload images of it, you upload your SKUs, your pricing. Capital markets isn't really any different, right? We provide the marketplace, we provide the integrated tool sets, the KYC elements, the payment rails, the electronic document signings, the data rooms, and you bring the investors. So you focus on your part of the business, we focus on actually powering your back office. We spin up a white label solution very much like how Shopify provides a white label solution for the industry, and you focus on actually what you guys do best, right? When it comes to distributions, right, and other aspects of the food chain, again, actually, that's where smart contracts fit in. You program into the security token, the compliance elements, the distributions, the trading elements of actually how that security token actually lives and breathes, and the machinery takes over from there. It adheres to what you're programming into that security token. When I say security token, I want people to really understand that it's not cryptocurrency, right? A security token is the representation of a digital share certificate with all those compliance elements actually programmed in, right? So it's an intelligent share certificate that lives and breathes within the network of the machinery. And the machinery being the layer 1 blockchain, right? And it's respected actually by that blockchain. We launched Polymath Capital, the platform, in October of 2023, after 2 years of building, I'd say, a very tough end-to-end platform and a platform actually for the industry. It's a 5 nines based solution. It's targeted strictly for the securities industry. We have companies launched on the platform from all over the world. Our first customer that signed our SaaS platform was out of Australia, a broker-dealer company. Opportunities we're working on are within North America, but outside North America as well. Interestingly enough, opportunities in Kazakhstan, right? Because they realize that regulation or new technology would actually provide efficiencies, but they also realize they don't have the encumbrance of the industry and years like North America does. And that's similar to what I've seen in the past, where in my last company, I tried to sell a digital wallet and payment system in North America and realized actually the compliance and the regulatory framework in the market of the developed market is rather rigid. So that's why I ended up selling actually my software stack in my last company to parts of Africa. So it's because the entry point is easier and they don't have the layers and years of a regulatory framework that they need to reprogram, within their DNA. So Polymath makes smart digital investments easy and all in one platform. So it's an institutional grade platform. So if you want to create an investor offering, you want to collect investor payments, you want to issue a security token, you want to manage these investors, we provide that all to you. We're your back office. We want to be, the Microsoft of your back office. You no longer have to, manage your investments via an Excel sheet and power it via Adobe and Outlook. It's one system that does it all and does it all for everybody in this room. Security tokens represent that tremendous market opportunity. As I said, $16 trillion. And when we speak about what that opportunity is and what are those illiquid investments, think about real estate and tokenizing real estate. We have several customers actually that have licensed our platform in order to tokenize real estate. And we're not talking millions, we're talking billions of dollars of real estate that have been tokenized that are operating on the chain today. It's a complete turnkey solution. We spin it up your way, what your look and feel is. So we have integrated payment rails from Stripe actually as far as to integrate the payments. We've integrated Wallet Connect actually if you want to do crypto payments as well. If you want to integrate the payment rails actually from the traditional payment systems, that's also a capability. Like I said, integrated KYC, integrated document signing. what more do you need actually to power your back office? Everything is there in one complete and easy system actually, and we're the system of record and that partner actually that will work with you in order to guide you actually through that regulatory framework. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to ensure that when the SEC, and last year the SEC levied $393 million worth of fines, to broker-dealers because they were operating outside the boundary. We want to make sure that when you're operating, that you're not also receiving actually a warning letter and paying a fine actually to the SEC because you're operating outside the boundaries. The system provides a set of guardrails around what it is you're trying to do. So an end-to-end white label with many different elements that are inside there. The secondary market platform as well, because the biggest point for a lot of people, a lot of investors, is that I've got a place to put my money, but how do I get my money out? Well, we provide that white labeled solution, and we also work with ATS providers as well, where there is a liquidity venue, in order to be able to trade these security tokens at a later point in time. So what's our financial profile look like? In 2023, our revenue was $5.8 million. Our EBITDA was 30% of that. This year, we're on target to do just a little over $8 million. Again, 30% EBITDA on that. Our balance sheet consists of about $51 million worth of cash and crypto. And we are looking actually at running our first Series A since our founding. And what are we using that for? Because we realize that the market transition to adopt this new operating platform is rather slow. So we're a little impatient. We're 7 years in the making to get to this point. So what we want to do now, we're looking to raise our first round so we can start buying assets, buying those traditional finance software technology companies to be part of a Polymath story going forward that we will then transition to a Web3 foundation. That was a lot of words actually in one, but that is actually what we're working on. And how are we doing that? Through a series of acquisitions. We've already got 2 LOIs out in order to acquire 2 entities to be part of a Polymath story. We're still licensing our technology, but we realize that we need to be the change makers actually in this industry. We need to change the narrative actually and start pushing the industry to where we think it needs to go to running on a Web3 foundation. So we're targeting, TradFi companies from issuance companies that power broker-dealer software platforms to banking and payment rails to digital custodians of this world. So there's a rather large pipeline of companies that we're talking to in order to be part of the Polymath story going forward. So why are we here? Well, we're here to bring awareness actually to who we are at Polymath. As I said, actually, we do have a Series A that we're looking to close. We are looking actually at a public offering as well, and so we have identified 2 shells that we will be reversing into, but we'd like people in this room to be participating actually in our success going forward. That's it. Any questions?
Thank you. Great job. My question's like, you talked about real estate. So if I was to buy shares in like a real estate investment trust or something, how would that be different from like a tokenized real estate holding?
That's a really good question. So real estate, a REIT can, when you're tokenizing real estate, you're investing directly into that asset, right? Into that commercial building, right? A REIT, you're not. You're investing in the fund, right? A REIT can go bankrupt, right? Where you still have those assets that are still standing. That building would have to be hit by a tornado or an earthquake actually for that investment to disappear. So there's some safety in being able to invest directly into that directly into that building. So there are definitely efficiencies, and you can determine actually or decipher as far as what you'd like to invest in. I want to just invest in condos actually that are facing, the south side of that building, right? And so rather than the whole of the building.
So if I invested in a tokenized building, I'm actually investing in the building?
You're investing directly into that building.
Not in the
That's correct.
All right, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are going to move on to our next sector and topic, which is actually one of my favorite. Thank you so much.